We're live. So good morning, gang. I'm here with John. John hit me up about pull-ups. So today we are going live. So this is going to be raw, unedited. We're just going to kind of have some fun. So if there's any errors within this thing, so be it. But what we're going to do is we're going to really cover the pull-up. It's really important for John's programming. He's a thrower. So you want to just kind of explain why you want to get better with the pull-ups?
So really what I want to do with pull-ups is use it to kind of stabilize the whole area around my shoulders and my lats, because I want my lats to be able to work well with my shoulders and my traps. So I want all of them to kind of not necessarily be isolated when I do certain lifting movements, but with the pull-ups, use them to kind of hold everything together and work those stabilizer muscles that you might not work when you're using a barbell.
Love that, guys. So, you know, the importance, I talk about this all the time. Incorporate bodyweight training into your programming. Pull-ups is going to be an integral one of those exercises. So, but a lot of people struggle with it. A lot of people, you know, don't have the upper body strength. So we're going to give you some tips and some tricks to make pull-ups a little bit easier so that you can progress your strength. The first thing that I want to do is I want to cover two types of pull-ups. There are pull-ups and there are chin-ups. So let's talk about the difference between the two. First and foremost is the pull-up is typically going to be an overhand grip when you're on the bar. And when we're doing a pull-up, when we have the bar here, you're actually going to be pulling your chest towards the bar. I don't want you to think about coming up chin over the bar with the pull-up. I want you to think about angling the chest to the bar. So your chin may or may not come over the bar. That really comes down to your flexibility within the shoulder joint. And basically, everybody's built a little bit different, so it's all about your leverages at that. Your chin-ups is where we have the underhand grip. This is going to be a little bit more on the bicep, but this is where we're coming up more vertically, and we are actually trying to put chin over the bar. So hence the term chin-up. So as we're pulling, we're trying to bring the chin over the bar. What we're going to focus on primarily is the pull-up, and there is a third version where we can actually do the hammer grip, and that's within the monkey bars up here, but you're basically in between two bars like this, and you're pulling yourself up. That, for me, is one of my favorite ones. We're not going to really cover that today, but if you have any questions on that movement, we'll cover that later on. But the first thing I want to talk about is the hand placement when it comes to the chin-up. I see a lot of people take too narrow of a grip, and so they're trying to do their pull-ups with this very narrow grip, and unfortunately, that is just a lot of shoulder work. It's too rough on the shoulders. It can really wreck the rotator cuffs. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is take a wider grip. And it doesn't have to be super wide. Like I see this common mistake as well with lat pull downs. People think they have to use the entire width of the bar to do a lat pull down. No. Just go about 1 to 2 inches wider than shoulder width, and that is going to be your grip for your pull-up. And so when you're doing that pull-up, hands are about 1 to 2 inches wider shoulder width, and then again, we're going to be coming chest to the bar. So I'm going to just demonstrate this real quick off this bar right here. So you can kind of see what it looks like. And Selena, if you want to try to keep it focused kind of up here on the bar. But as you can see, just by gripping the bar, now I'm tall, so this is kind of easy for me to get into this position. But my hands are basically 1 inch wider than shoulder width. Then, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to angle my chest to come up towards the bar as I hit my pull-ups. Okay? Versus trying to, so you'll see kind of I'm a little bit of an angle. This really engages the lats, which is the primary mover of that pull-up. Yes, I'm getting biceps, but I'm taking the shoulders a lot out of there. I'm getting some rear delts and that kind of work, but by having that angle, if you will, I'm really getting those lats into it. The chin up, where I'm going a little bit more of a narrow down, I'm more of that shoulder width grip, and then the pull up, I'm a lot more vertical now for chin over the bar. And as you can see, that's a little bit easier for me. Stronger biceps to help that out. So, a lot of people don't have the strength to do this yet. So there's two ways to set up. There's actually multiple ways, but we're going to cover two. One is going to be the band setup. And I have my band right here. So you'll see a lot of times the band coming over here and looping it through. You'll probably see this setup a lot, right? And then you're gonna throw your foot in there. Well, here's the trouble with it. Like, we got a strong band. Trying to get in here, not always the easiest thing. Even if I have my step, like I could come up here, I could really fight, but this is really dangerous, guys. Like, this probably isn't the best setup for a lot of people. So I don't really encourage this one. What I encourage is having your J-hook set up. Have it about waist height. And then we set up a band like such. Now, we can have our box where we can step on here, get our grip first, simply step onto the band. Now, I don't have to worry about my feet slipping off or anything like that. And as you can see, the band really helps out. I'm still angling chest up towards that bar. When I'm done, I can simply step off, back up to the box. Very safe method here. John, you want to try this out?
Yeah, I always have trouble with the band, especially when you put it up here.
Yes, yes.
Especially with the J-hooks on the outside.
Yeah, and make sure when you do set up the J-hooks that the band is pulling them into the rig. You don't want it pulling away.
Yeah.
And then the J-hooks slip off, right? So there you go, about 1 to 2 inches wider shoulder width. And then just watch the crossbar that's going to be above you there. There you go. Boom, chest to bar, look at that. That's beautiful. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is slow your way down, slow your way down.
There we go.
Yeah, get a couple more. Boom. Nice. One more if you got it. Outstanding. And then step back onto the box. Look at that, guys.
Oh.
Easy peasy, right?
Yeah.
How did that feel for you?
That felt great. I mean, I can't do one without jumping into it.
Yeah. Well,
So there's 8 right there.
Let's just take a look. Let's just take a difference in look. We're going to take the band away. John, I just want you to go for a full-fledged pull-up now. Yeah. Don't wreck yourself.
Right.
But as you can see, the band really helps. Now, here's how you can progress this. So we started with a very strong band. We started about waist height. One thing that you can do as you get stronger, you simply move the J-hooks down, which makes the exercise a little bit harder. So let's go ahead and move down. Let's take it down one more. One more. And I'm going to bring mine up one. Is that right? I think we're the same. Always make sure it's nice and even as well, guys. Like I said, we're going raw and all cup here. So yeah, let's go best out of 5 with that setup. So now the band is a little bit lower. It's going to make the exercise a little bit tougher for Jonathan. Let's try it out, my man. Boom. He's still getting full range of motion. Chest to bar. Notice how his elbows stay kind of flared out to the front. That's what we want as well. Definitely hard. Yeah. Well, look at that. You got 5 of them. Go ahead and relax. And that is perfect. So in your notebook, you could track kind of where your band is at. And now, let's say this becomes easy, but you still need assistance. You simply change out the band. The thicker the band, the more assistance that you get with this kind of setup. Now you can kind of deload to a lesser band, even if that means bringing it back up to the waist height. I don't recommend going any higher than waist height when it comes to setting up the band. You might slingshot yourself through the roof, but kind of play around with that. But this is just a much safer, much easier setup to do your exercise. So this is setup number 1 for assistance work with the band. Now, you saw when he was doing his, I told him to slow down on the way down. You don't want the band to do all the work. Like, you don't want a whole lot of bouncing up and down the band, right? You still want the muscles to engage. So what I'm going to encourage, because the band is assisting you up, work against the gravity, work against your body weight on the way down. So really build the negative part of the rep to help build the strength. So 1, we just encourage that with the band, but 2, you can do this without the band. So I'm going to just demonstrate this real quick. I'm going to take the band away. I'm going to step on the box. Actually, I'm not even going to use the box. You can do this 1 or 2 ways. You can jump up and then focus on your slow descent, or you can use the box to kind of assist as well. So I'm just going to take my grip. I'm going to jump up. I'm still pulling, but I'm I'm going to jump up. I'm going to try to slow my way down. So I'm doing the negative part of the face here. So I jump, and now I'm going to fight. I can just reset my feet to the floor. And every single one of them, I'm going to jump up. And just don't worry about the count so much. Okay. Just fight it out. Fight it out as long as you can. And reset every single one. Go for that jump. Let's try this one on, Jonathan.
Yeah.
And just again, line yourself up so you don't hit your head on that crossbar up there. There you go. Look at that. Boom. Let's do 3 of those. Bigger jump if you got it. There you go. So, don't make the mistake of jumping and grab. Go ahead and grab your bar first.
Okay.
And so you're jumping and you're pulling at the same time. There you go. A little bit better.
That's all I got.
You're worn out. You're worn out.
That's all I got.
So the other way to do it is we have our box, which kind of sets you up already to be up here. So now it's just a little bit of an assist. And then we can fight all the way down. Right? And the bigger box you use, the less of the jump you have to do. You can literally set up a tall enough box where you're already at that chin height, right? And we just walk off and just hit that slow descent. So,
when could I use that? Could I use that as like a, not necessarily a deload, but maybe like a, like after I'm done with my workout?
So you're talking about the negatives
Yeah.
and the jump. So I would mix it up.
Okay.
I would mix it up. One day focus on the band work.
Okay.
And then the next day, focus on the negatives off
Okay.
the box. And do sub-maximal effort. Like, don't go for failure.
Okay.
You could do this pretty much every single day.
Okay.
If you kind of mix up the two.
Gotcha.
But don't take it to failure. So we're not really we're trying to train more strength than we are hypertrophy and in that bodybuilder
Exactly.
breakdown, right? So don't train for soreness.
Gotcha.
Train for performance.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I would say 3 to 5 sets max, and keep it within the 3 to 5 rep range.
Okay.
And so that way you're just not, again,
Not just
if you
hammering.
could do that every single day,
Yeah.
or at least 3 to 4 times a week,
Right.
you're going to build up the strength, you're going to build up the workload, you're going to build up the work capacity, versus somebody who trains for soreness and the bodybuilder approach, if you will, who can only do it 1 to 2 times a week. If someone's doing 1 to 2 times a week, and let's say they get 15 reps total, that's 3 sets of 5, they get 30 reps total for the week if they do that twice a week.
Right.
If you're able to do 3 sets of 5, 15 times 3, 4 times a week, you just doubled how many reps you're able to do within that given week.
Yep.
And that's more work capacity that builds up your strength over time. How does that work?
That sounds great.
Super. So put this at the beginning of your workout. I would encourage your regular pull-ups, like with the band work, put that kind of in the beginning of your workout when you're fresh. Anything that you're trying to really improve on, guys, you want to kind of prioritize that into your training. And this is a great way to warm up as well.
Yeah.
Like doing bodyweight drills, so push-ups, bodyweight squats, pull-ups. Perfect way of warming up the entire body without overstressing it. With the negatives, and even with the pull-ups, like you can mix them up into your workouts. You can put them at the end if you want. But I would, if you're really trying to build that strength, I would prioritize it into your training.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I don't have them.
Cool. Does this help you guys out? We talked about the grip. We talked about the difference between the chin up as well as the pull up. We showed you the band setup. We showed you how to step off the box and do it. If you have any other questions on the pull up, feel free to just drop them here in the comments below. But I hope this helps you guys out on Thursday. Train and Tip Thursday. We usually don't do it on Thursdays, but it works for me.
Off the top.
It was off the cuff. So Jonathan, appreciate you coming in to help me out with this one. Guys, if you have anything that you want help on, let me know what it is that you're strong with. Look, if you're brand new to training and you want to learn like a brand new exercise, there's plenty of YouTube tutorials out there, or hire a coach. What I'm designing these training tips for is someone like Jonathan who could come to me and say, hey dude, I'm stuck. I don't know where my hand placement is. I need some tips because my pull-ups suck. So help me out. I'm able to better serve him because I know what he's struggling with versus someone who's just green and says, teach me how to barbell clean and press. If you want to learn how to barbell clean and press, hire a coach. If you want to learn how to throw, hire this guy. Okay? So with that, guys, peace, love, and strength. I'll see you guys next time. Cool. You can just